Welcome one and all. I'm come with the next chapter from your unit, that is alcohol, and it is contain important things related with all these things same as that of your syllabus. The scope is also same for this alcohol chapter as per as your syllabus is as per as your syllabus is concerned. Then same your whatever the syllabus point from your alcohol also as that of your earlier point. The course contained the general method of preparation and the reaction of this compound, for example, which is asterisk mark for your alcohol, and which emphasize that your definition, types, then classification, principle, mechanism, application, example, and whatever the difference in between. Then important point related with this alcohol is that qualitative test, structure, and uses of the ethyl alcohol, methyl alcohol, chlorobutanol, cetostryl alcohol, then benzyl alcohol, glycerol, propylene glycol, etc. Then what it include in this presentation? So it include introduction of alcohol, structural features, structure of the alcohol, nomenclature of alcohol, isomerism of alcohol, method of preparation of alcohol, physical properties of alcohols, then chemical properties of alcohol, then qualitative test for the identification of alcohol. That is very important point is also included in this. Then structure and uses of various types of alcohol which is specified in your syllabus as we seen earlier. Then introduction. So it is introduction about the alcohol. So already we know about the alcohol is that OH group containing compound. So the term alcohol is applied to all organic compound whose molecules contain hydroxyl group, that is OH group, attached to the saturated carbon atom. So already we know about the saturated carbon atom, that is valence is fulfilled by this carbon atom. So COH, that is C is saturated carbon atom, and OH here is we seen in the screen is that there is a saturated carbon valence is satisfied for, and OH is the functional group, that is alcohol. So alcohol contain one such OH group called as a monohydric alcohol. Means alcohol OH group is only one group contained in this structure, so it called as monohydric alcohol. So according to that, 2, 3 and many OH group, that is COH group, are known as, which is present in your alcohol, that is called dihydric alcohol, trihydric alcohol, and polyhydric alcohol respectively. For example, ethyl alcohol, which contain only one alcoholic group, then ethylene glycol, which contain 2 OH group, and glycerol contain 3 OH group. Accordingly, it is called as monohydric alcohol, dihydric alcohol, and tetrahydric alcohol. So OH group bonded to the saturated carbon is the functional group of alcohol. So we'll get easily idea about those compounds which contain OH group called as alcohol. And if it is contain one group called as monohydric, if it is contain 2, it is called a dihydric, it is contain 3, it is called as tetrahydric, so as so on. Then as above stated that monohydric alcohol are those aliphatic hydrocarbons which contain one hydroxyl group bonded to the saturated carbon atom. Thus they contain grouping of the carbon, oxygen and hydrogen in their molecule. So they may be represented by ROH, R-OH or ROH, are represented at alkyl group. Then monohydric alcohol are further again classified into primary, secondary and tertiary alcohol according to it contain 1, 2, 3 alkyl group attached to the hydroxyl bearing carbon atom. Then this alcohol group may be same or different. So for example, it contain primary alcohol contain only one alkyl group, here R group, so it is called as primary alcohol. If it is contain two alkyl group, here is 1, 2, so it called as a secondary alcohol. And if it is contain 3 alkyl group, it is called a tertiary alkyl group alcohol. So this is a primary alcohol, secondary alcohol and tertiary alcohol. So then these 3 types of a monohydric alcohol have many similar chemical properties. Sometimes it contains similar chemical property, and however they are also exhibit different behavior or different properties due to the different number of the hydrogen atom on the hydroxyl group. So different number of the hydrogen atom present on that hydroxyl group, so it contains different behavior also. So in fact, reactive group or functional group in primary, secondary and tertiary alcohols as indicated in a bold letter in the above formula. So it becomes primary alcoholic group, so it becomes CH2OH. If it is secondary alcohol group, it is called as CHOH. If it is contained tertiary alcohol group, it is called as CHOH. COH, not CHOH. So this is something related with that. Then structural, orbital structure. So we want to know about orbital structure of this alcohol. So in that case, what if we compare with the water, our alcohol, it is thought that the oxygen atom in the alcohol molecule, that is ROH, is sp3 hybridized. sp3, how it is sp3 hybridized? We describe it in a electronic configuration of this oxygen atom. So how it is electronic configuration? It from in first orbital it is 1s2, then 2s2, 2px2, 2py1 and 2pz1. So how many electrons? 2, 2, 2. So it is 6, 7 and 8. So last 2 orbital contain one single electron, and it will contain lone pair of the electron 2 length. So what? So s orbital and 1s orbital and 3p orbital of the valency shell of the oxygen to form sp3 hybridized. So what is happening? This is 1s orbital and 3p orbital. 1s orbital and 3p orbital valence shell of the oxygen is mixed to form sp. So how we will get idea about this? So the 4 sp3 orbital of oxygen atom. So these are the 4 sp3 orbital, 1, 2, 3, 4. So in that content 2 possesses a lone pair. So among that these 2 possesses lone pair, 1, 2, 1, 2. So these are the 2 lone pair of the electron, and while the remaining have a 2 electrons, 1, 2, 1 electron in each. So what? In the formation of alcohol molecule, one single filled sp3 orbital of the oxygen, so it is a single orbital atom, overlap s orbital of hydrogen. So what? One orbital is of spz1 orbital is what? Overlap with the hydrogen atom to form sp3s single bond. Then second single filled orbital, so this is of it is a second filled p orbital, overlap with sp3 orbital of the carbon atom of alkyl group and to form sp3 sigma bond. So we'll get idea diagrammatically how it is formed. So this is of your oxygen orbital structure. So it contains, lastly, if we consider the last orbitals, that is if we consider here s2, s2, 2s2, 2px, 2, 2py1 and 2p. So this is of this. So this contains 2 lone pair of electron, and this last orbital contain one electron in each. This is of your p y1 and pz1. So these contain a tetrahedron torsion 100.28 angle, I mean its angle. So non-bonding orbital, these are the 2 non-bonding orbital, lone pair of the these are not bond because a lone pair of electron is there, but this is contain only one electron. So one electron is bond to this s orbital of the hydrogen atom, and one electron bond to the another carbon atom of the alkyl group. So here is hydrogen and here is a carbon is bonded with which. So this is of alkyl group. Here this carbon bonded to the oxygen here, and here is hydrogen bonded to here. So it forms the angle as like this 105.0 degree. So what? The normal angle of these ROH should be 109.5 degree, but based on the actual experimental it becomes a 105.5 degree. So thus a methyl alcohol angle becomes 107 degrees centigrade. Then this degree in a bond angle may be attributed to larger lone pair of the repulsion which overweight the hand pair bond pair repulsion OR and OH here. So there is a repulsion and all those things related with the structural features of this particular OH and OR. They produces a specific bond in between them as like that 109.5 or 105.5 as like this. So hence the bond angle become ROH, shrink tetrahedral value becomes from 109.5 to 105.5. It's like this. Then nomenclature. We will move toward the nomenclature part. There are three systems of nomenclature for the monohydric alcohol, that is common name system, carbinol system and IUPAC system. The recent chemical abstract favors the common name for the lower members, while for the higher member or more complex alcohol, IUPAC name are used with proper advantage. So common system in that first, according to the common system, alcohol ROH named as alkyl alcohol. Simply alkyl alcohol. The term alcohol designated the OH group. So thus the common name of the individual alcohol is obtained by the writing the name of the alkyl group are linked to the OH group and then adding the alcohol as separate words. So it becomes methyl alcohol, ethyl alcohol, isopropyl alcohol and allyl alcohol. Then as we go the higher series of because of the necessary indicated that a particular primary, secondary and tertiary. So prefix the secondary is often abbreviated as SEC or S, while the tertiary TERT or T. So thus the three butyl alcohol are designated for common name, that is N-butyl alcohol, one that is primary butyl alcohol, secondary butyl alcohol and tertiary butyl alcohol. So since normal alkyl alcohol is always primary alcohol and it is necessary to indicate that the same prefix. Then carbinol system. The carbinol system name of alcohol as a derivative of the methyl alcohol which is expressed as carbinol. So it is derivative, is considered as a derivative of methyl alcohol. So in fact the word carbinol designate the carbinol carbon and this is of your carbonyl carbon. It is the carbonyl carbon of methyl alcohol. So attached to the hydroxyl group. So it becomes carbonyl carbon. So alcohol each valence of bond of the carbonyl carbon shown above is understood to carry the alkyl group or hydrogen atom. Simply the carbonyl name of any alcohol is written by the naming the alkyl group attached to the carbonyl carbon alphabetically order. So adding the only the word suffix carbinol and not a separate word. So thus full name of the given alcohol emerges or gives a continuous word, that is methyl carbinol, dimethyl carbinol, ethyl methyl carbinol, tertiary butyl carbinol, that is ethyl alcohol, isopropyl alcohol, secondary butyl alcohol and neopentyl alcohol, so on. So the carbinol name is convey the mental picture of the structure of the rather than the complex alcohol in the way of IUPAC. This carbinol name is still used in some difficult cases. So the IUPAC name system. So similar thing is that a common IUPAC name system, we select the chain according to OH group is present, then 1, 2, 3 becomes, it is called as 1 propanol, 2 propanol, where is the OH group is present. Then we take in consideration double bond also, so it becomes 3 butene 2 ol and 3 pentene 2 ol, as like this.